Hi, I'm Esther Kane with SeniorSafetyAdvice.com. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope your day is going well. I am going to talk today about pen pal programs. Now, I got the idea from watching a video with the actor Tony Danza, where he was talking about how much he enjoys writing letters. Of course, he also does, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and texting and all of that, emailing and all of that we all do, or most of us do nowadays. But he actually enjoys, and he does it on a regular basis, writing hand letters to friends and family and all of that. And I think that's such a wonderful thing to do, because you have to spend time doing that, and it gives you this sense of connection with this other person. So that gave me the idea of, I wonder if there are like writing programs or projects, anything like that seniors can do. So I started researching that, and lo and behold, I found 3 pen pal programs that I think would be wonderful for not only for seniors, but for family caregivers and kids, grandkids, whatever. So I'm going to be talking about that today. Before I get started though, don't forget to click the subscribe button. We appreciate each and every single one of our subscribers. And of course, if you like the video, click the like button and give us your comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you're doing this kind of project and just what you think about it. Or if you have any problems with it, maybe we can help. All right, so I found 3 programs. The first 2 are called homeinstead.com and sparkthechangecolorado.org. Now, of course, I'm going to have the links to all of these things that I'm mentioning down below in the descriptions. But these 2 particular programs work in a way where you write the letter, although I think with homeinstead.com, you actually write the letter online, like you fill out their form. So it's not actually writing it, but if you have trouble writing, typing it out might be easier for you. But anyway, you write your letter and you then submit it or send it to these 2 organizations. They then take these letters, print them out, put them in envelopes, whatever, and then send them out or bring them out to seniors. Now, I'm not sure, it wasn't clear on either of their websites if they had lists of seniors or if they just simply distributed them to nursing homes, assisted living facilities, or what. I don't know. But it is a program to get you started on this process. Now, the 3rd program is an interesting program, and it's called the finneycenter.org. Now, in that program, you're actually a pen pal. They match up seniors with children. So you become, as a senior, you become the pen pal of a child. And I thought that was such an interesting concept, because the child can learn from you, and of course you can learn from the child. We're all going through mental health issues after 2+ years of living through this pandemic, and children are affected that way as well. So I think it's such a wonderful connection for them, not only for them to practice their writing, but also to learn from someone how to get through some of life's adversities. For a lot of these children, this may be the very first time they're having to go through something so difficult. Hopefully it is. The other thing that you can do, and if you didn't want to join either of these programs, is to contact any local nursing homes, assisted living facilities, senior centers, to find out if they have a pen pal program. And if they don't, maybe it's something you may want to volunteer to start. That would be a great thing to do as well. But the idea is basically to sit down, write a letter to someone you don't know, to become friends with them, be a pen pal friends. I mean, the pen pal concept has been around a very long time, and I think it's such a great thing to do for older adults who are so used to the idea of writing letters and cards and sending that out. The other thing that I thought that would be really great with this project is that if your senior loved one does get into this, it would be a great gift to give them stationery and envelopes and stamps and fun stickers to put on the envelope, and anything that they can use for their stationery and for their writing to continue and have fun with this project. So it's really a fun thing for do. Now, if your senior person can't, has vision problems or has difficulty writing, then there's no reason why they can't dictate the letter to you and you can write it for them as their family caregiver. I also thought that by doing that, you may find out things about them that you didn't know. Oftentimes seniors don't think that their lives are very interesting, or they maybe have forgotten a specific memory. And I know that happened a lot with my own mother, and she passed away with a lot of stories that we never heard. And we are hearing bits and pieces from other relatives since she passed away, but it would have been so wonderful to have heard it from her. But we never got the chance to do that. So this may be a great family activity, or, two people one-on-one to do that. All right, so while researching this pen pal project concept, I found an article from, let's see, what was it? From, goodmenproject.com. I have my notes here. From goodmenproject.com. And they wrote 7 great tips on how to make the project or the task of pen writing a little bit easier, maybe a little more fun, and certainly just a little safer. So the first tip is all about safety. And it's the idea of you don't want to write down any personal information. I mean, I don't think I have to say that, but I think it is important to reiterate or to emphasize it. You don't want to put things down like passwords or, anything, bank account information, credit card, just when you're going to be away from home, anything like that that may be used against you in any way. I know that that's an awful thing to have to think about these days, but that's what we have to do. And of course, you can use your own judgment, but that I thought was a great tip. Number 1, be safe. Always be safe. All right, number 2, you want to write how you speak. I mean, unless you're pen paling with an English teacher and she's going to circle and check with a red pen all your grammar errors, I don't even know that they would do that. But don't worry about the details of the letter. Be casual. Because it makes it more personal. If you've read any of my articles on seniorsafetyadvice.com, you know that I write exactly as I speak. I mean, there are times when I'm writing the article and I stop and I think, let me think about this. And I will say in the article, let me think about this, or just anything, HMMM, just to let the person know that this is a casual conversation between you and me. It's like you're just talking to your neighbor on the other side of the fence. So keep it casual, keep it relaxed, and I think it will make the letter just a little bit more personal, easier to read. Tip number 3 is to start talking about what you enjoy. What are your likes? Your favorite movies, your favorite actor, book, what kind of food do you like? What are your hobbies, or what did you used to do? Where have you traveled? Your favorite place to travel or visit, or maybe a wonderful cafe that you enjoy. They have a really good, there's a cafe near me that has an amazing Nutella latte, and I talk about that quite a bit to my friends. So I would mention something like that, like I love Nutella lattes. So you want to talk about those kinds of things because you want to try and find a common ground, which is actually tip number 4. You want to find things that the both of you, or anyone that you end up, pen paling with, have in common. That way you can continue the conversation with them, and you've found a new friend on this particular topic or subject or whatever. So I think that it's important to express yourself. Don't be shy. let them know what you like, no matter what it is. You collect stamps, you enjoy working on the computer, whatever, anything at all. Tip number 5 is to ask questions. I don't care if you're speaking to someone or if you're writing to someone. One of the easiest ways to have a conversation with anyone, especially if you don't know them, is to ask a lot of questions. People love to talk about themselves. So just ask them questions, what did you do, or what do you do? How did you get into that? How did you become interested in that? Is that something your parents did? And how exactly do you do that? And what do you like about it? What don't you like about it? These simple questions that get people thinking and talking will then, expand what they end up telling you, and that will expand what you end up telling them back. And hopefully, in this exchange back and forth, you will find some common issues that the two of you can continue writing about, which is the whole idea, is to find a pen pal that you can be friends with via correspondence. All right, tip number 6. Once you've been corresponding for a little while, back and forth, there's certainly nothing wrong with sending little things like a poem or a recipe or something you found in a newspaper or a magazine article. My father-in-law used to send us newspaper clippings and magazine articles all the time. He would write letters 3-4 pages long, and he always included something that he found that he thought we would be interested in. So it was a nice way to communicate with us, and you can certainly do that with your pen pal. Anything that you can fit in the envelope is just a nice little personal thing that you can send. Even photo of yourself if you feel comfortable doing that. All right, the last tip number 7, is to be patient. Once you send out that letter, you may be eagerly waiting for a response. And yeah, it's wonderful to get a letter or a card from someone personal in your mailbox. It's like a little bit of Christmas, right? Because nowadays, most of us just get bills, if we even get that, because everything's online, but we'll get bills or junk mail, and that's pretty much all we get in our mailboxes. At least that's what I get. But it's always nice to get that personal card or letter. So you want that back. You've taken the time now, you've written, and you're waiting for something back. So be patient. Don't expect it to come within X number of days. Don't give it a time limit, because everyone is different, of course. But just keep writing. Keep writing, and hopefully you will be able to connect with a pen pal that you have a lot in common with, that writes you back regularly. And who knows, maybe they live in another part of the country or the world or anywhere. You can learn some wonderful things from this brand new friendship that you're making from your very own kitchen table as you're writing your letter. And it's a wonderful activity also, just, visually, perceptually, fine motor skills. Coming from my training as an occupational therapist, I'm thinking of all the physical, cognitive, and visual perceptual skills that writing improves for seniors. Just make sure that there's good writing, make sure they have a good pen and a good place to actually do the writing. You can even, if they really get into it, you can certainly make a writing station somewhere in the house that they can go to. As long as you do it on a regular basis, you can make Monday letter writing day, whatever. I think it's a wonderful way to communicate, to be social during these days of COVID, and to have a project to do by yourself or with family caregiver. All right, thank you so much. I hope this video gave you some good ideas, some good tips. Again, if you like the video, give us a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time. Take care, everyone.